intended for mature audiences may contain language and content not suitable for younger listeners. And most of that content's coming out of Justin's mouth.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for listening to last week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys are also having a great holiday season. Happy New Year's to everybody that's listening. We got a great episode for you today as we talked about some of the secrets of Antarctica. We talked about COVID-19, and obviously, as per usual, we get a little bit off topic, but that's just the show. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, every single social media stream out there. Other than that, stay safe.
So, as we all sit here and like 3 of the people on this fucking podcast right now still feeling sick, well, at least 2 and then 1 just terribly hungover, I feel like it's perfect that we just go straight into COVID. And I think, Cooley, last week you were saying you had the hot take on COVID.
Yeah, the reason why we were going to bring up the whole COVID thing again is because a couple of people who are notable. One was a congressional woman out in Canada. She ended up passing out at this meeting. Ended up looking like she might have had a stroke. And then the last person was Tom Lockyer. He plays for Luton Town. And he had cardiac arrest out in the field. So people started drumming up the whole sensation about people having the vaccine. And it's causing younger people to end up having strokes or end up having a heart attack. So what they're trying to say is called ischemic strokes. It's like a light stroke that the vaccine might potentially have an effect on or might be causing, but there's still not enough background work or any studies behind this. So I just wanted to get your take, especially all of us being younger, than 40. How you guys feel about having a COVID
Some of us
vaccine?
younger than 30 still.
Still, right. But apparently we're in the risk zone for this happening.
Get this man out of this chat right now.
It's French. It's French.
I can only say it for another month and a half.
Wait, so
I'm almost over 40, so I feel like the old man in here.
you
are coming in.
You and Cooley are the old man, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm graying up right now, so
I
guess I'm
clearly see it.
So what we're saying is Cooley and I are safe and you guys are fucked.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm already fucked.
There's something else that comes that you're not expecting, but you got to get it done anyway. So have fun with that this year, boys.
I think it starts with a C.
What I'm talking about starts with a C. You bend over.
It's with oscopy.
I'll be live streaming mine on my OnlyFans.
We should
live stream that colonoscopy.
Can somebody check Peter's asshole, please?
You should live stream that episode.
Anyway.
We should just do the episode in the hospital at that point.
That's a good idea.
But like we're starting with the enema.
But you know that
hospital Wi-Fi is trash.
We'll figure it out. We'll find a way.
But anyway, so back to Chris's point. So people are complaining about a vaccine now? That they're getting sick because of the vaccine and not the actual virus?
Well, I mean, like they were always complaining about being sick from like the vaccine because they were trying to say it was put out there so fast. They don't know any of the side effects that have been happening. But then once people started like having, I guess like people you wouldn't guess what were like having any illnesses or like having any underlying like health conditions or just falling out either being sick or with the stroke or having a cardiac arrest. So everybody on the internet, especially all the anti-vaxxers, are automatically just putting that on the vaccine, being
right,
like, well, we don't know what we were studying, like what we were doing.
Yeah, because that's more probable than the actual virus mutating 1,000 million times, which it's definitely doing.
Right.
And yeah, that makes no sense. And that's like fucking naive as hell. I don't think a vaccine's doing any of that.
But it also like brings up the point is just being like, yo, we did put something out there so fast. There wasn't enough testing behind it. There's not enough information. Maybe it can be, and maybe we don't know.
But it also saved a bunch of lives.
Right. So what's the cost effect benefit of it?
What, short-term life versus long-term?
Yeah, and especially like how it's affected society versus like a random amount of individuals. Because usually what ends up happening is that they notice that these people do have underlying heart conditions or do have underlying like health issues.
Yeah,
but I mean, now we're trying to get into the conversation is like, is it actually affecting like healthy individuals who don't have any underlying health issues?
I mean, the coronavirus is basically the flu anyway. It's an upper respiratory virus. Like they all run the same kind of deal.
COVID is a cold.
But the flu vaccine is different every year.
They have to change it up. Yeah, because they have to change it up because they have to. I guess they have to see.
Yeah, because it's a Nova virus or whatever it is. Yeah,
so it's constantly mutating.
Exactly. There's like 1,000 different types of the flu. There's 1,000 different types of COVID. There's 1,000 different types of name another upper respiratory virus, which there are so many of. You know.
But like with the underlying conditions, right? When like motherfuckers were just dropping left and right in the hospitals, they were, you know, like a big part of the anti-vaxxing thing was talking about being like, oh, well, you know, they're putting it down as a COVID death when really it was a death because of this.
Right.
But all those underlying conditions and shit, a lot of them were issues that were exacerbated by COVID, right? So like diabetes, like a lot of people with diabetes. Where diabetes, yes.
Diabetes.
Sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny.
But like a lot of people with diabetes were higher risk, but that was like, it was put down as COVID because diabetes on its own would not kill that person. But then once COVID was introduced in that respiratory infection, the body couldn't fight it.
Yeah, it's a catalyst, essentially.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I'm fully vaxxed. I don't know where everyone else on here stands.
Well, so here's the other thing. I was kind of reading into this and just reading off like the National Library of Medicine. They kind of indicated that those who have, because ischemic strokes is a type of stroke, but it counts for almost 87 to 90% of general strokes, right? So people that have had these issues in the past, that have had symptoms of a stroke, it's a higher chance that the mortality rate is going to be higher. But the thing is, what I just read is those who have had COVID-19 before and have had a stroke, the severity of that complication is going to be 10 times worse versus anybody that didn't have COVID or even had COVID but didn't have any complications with any type of strokes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so a stroke is what, a brain bleed, right? Or a brain bleed.
It's basically when your arteries get clotted. You can't get any blood go into your brain. That's what it basically is. Your veins get clotted up with like, what is it, the fatty acids or whatever they call it. So they can't break down. So you're losing oxygen, you're losing blood to your brain. That's basically what a stroke is.
But I mean, it's like kind of the same situation. It's like if you had pneumonia once, like you are, what is it, like 7 times more likely to get pneumonia again. So it keeps on multiplying each time you actually.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah, but but see the thing, my only kind of counter argument to that is like, I don't think there is anything specific these young people are just claiming that the stroke is making COVID-19 worse.
No, they're saying that they're having the stroke because of the vaccine.
Because of the vaccine, yeah. But a lot of these underlying issues are already happening with people that have a history of like medical illnesses, specifically with strokes, going back to their family heritage.
But I think some people weren't.
That has to do a lot with it because like there's some people that are super healthy. Like I've never caught COVID once, like at all.
That doesn't mean you're super healthy.
It doesn't mean you're healthy, but that doesn't mean, I might get a stroke or something like that, but how are you supposed to correlate the two?
But I think as humans, we're causation is always correlation for us, right? We want to look for patterns and shit. So it's very likely that, we go, oh, hey, we're starting to see this health trend and it's happening 3 years after this previous health trend. So the causation is now, because this is happening at this point now, it goes back to what happened 3 years ago. Like we're always looking for patterns and shit.
Or simple excuses.
I do agree with, with the standpoint that we absolutely did rush a COVID vaccine. The safety of it, we don't know because we didn't have testing on it, but we also didn't have time to have testing on it. Like it's, are there going to be probably long-term repercussions for it? Absolutely. But are those offset by saving that many lives right off the bat? 1,000,000%
So where in history is there a timetable of when a vaccine has killed people? Because I don't remember one ever.
Honestly, I don't remember one either. But I think what we're trying to say is because usually vaccines take about 5 years before they even think about even trying to put it on the market. This was just so instant because I think they had it tested. I think they had an idea of what they were trying to do. They're like, oh, we actually have a vaccine we've been working on that might be able to help with the coronavirus that's happening right now. So that's when those testing actually got, I guess, amplified and went into expedited mode. And then once they realized it does help, that's when they actually try to put it out in the market. You're right, Peter. We didn't have any time because so many people were dying because of this virus.
Yeah, but the same thing is what happened. It's the same concept as when polio happened.
Now, polio had been tested on for fucking years.
No, bro.
Before they actually put it on
polio's been around forever.
Yeah, but then not anymore. It's obsolete now because of the vaccine.
Because they finally got a vaccine for it.
Yeah, but that was
polio has been around since the 1300s, 1200s. It's been around for a minute.
Yeah, I know, but it was created pretty. I mean, quickly, I guess, in its own right. But
I was about to say, I think it took 20 years for that vaccine to come out.
But also, technology back then was crap. So that's also a relative fact. Exponentially, we should be able to create a vaccine this quickly. It shouldn't take that long. We have computers that have millions of power. I think what was it? What was his name?
Jonas Salk.
Was it Jonas Salk?
Yeah.
The polio
but you still, even when you're making a vaccine, it takes it took 20 years for it to, because we were still making sure that it was still working. But when you put out something so fast, you don't have enough, information because not enough time has passed by to actually know what any long-term effects are going to be for the vaccine. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's also that we used an RNA vaccine, which we had used RNA vaccines for other things, but that's most people equivocate. I think equivocate it to the flu vaccination, right?
Nice word.
Thanks.
I like that.
But RNA is going in and technically altering the cells of your body to fight the virus, and people were like, "Oh, well, now we don't know if it's changing human cells, and we don't know all this." We've used RNA vaccines, and we know RNA vaccines are safe, but we don't know long-term effects for it, right? So even just the flu vaccine as we know it, if you have underlying heart problems, getting a flu vaccine can exacerbate those, can cause you to have a heart attack. Now, the cases of that happening are very low compared to not getting the flu on it, but it can, anytime you're changing anything in the human body or introducing anything to the human body, it can push all of those things even more and bring up these underlying conditions that you may not know you have.
Right, because viruses are essentially just DNA and RNA or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why any commercial you see, it's side effects may include bum, 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 bum.
Okay, those are for other medicines, but
it's the same concept of what Peter was trying to say.
Yeah, but viruses are the perfect thing. They are the perfect aspect of what something is meant to do. Its only job is to live and procreate. It doesn't care what it kills in between. It doesn't care how it reproduces. That's its only goal.
I mean, especially when that virus is man-made in a lab in fucking Wuhan.
Oh, here we go.
Eaten by a bat.
Fucking Congress came
Eaten
out
by
and
a bat.
said.
What was the theory? Is somebody in China, obviously
there's nobody on this planet that's smart enough for that.
What?
Eat a bat?
Ate the bat and got COVID? Yeah.
No. To create it, to man make it.
Dude, in the congressional hearings...
Taylor just say he's eating a bat?
That's what I think I would have before all this.
Oh, would have. Okay, I was like, are you patient zero?
Probably.
Patient zero and it's Churchill over here.
Churchill popping off.
Oh, Lordy.
So, Dr. Robert Redfield, the former director of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, testified how science indicates COVID-19 infections were likely the result of an accidental lab leak in Wuhan. His conclusion is based on the biology of the virus itself and unusual actions in and around Wuhan in 2019, including gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institution of Virology. He literally, they said in Congress, all these people testified that they were like, yeah, it was probably made in that lab.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that guy is not a doctor. Most of the CDC heads have not been doctors. They're just political appointees.
I'm about to
That's
say
literally all they are.
What do they call?
I mean,
like they have no. They're not virologists. They're not
they're
anybody.
Epidemiologists. They study the viruses. That's what
I don't know about that.
Do. Yeah.
I don't know if he is that. I don't think you have to have qualifications for that. You just get appointed, and he was appointed by Trump. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that aspect, but
somebody's gonna have to fact check him over here now.
I'm
go ahead, please do. I want to know now
because I feel like
when you're fact checking, where did the whole bat thing even come from?
Okay,
apparently
so
people saying they were from wet labs or whatever. Like
no, from wet markets.
Wet markets.
Yeah.
So in China, they have markets where they kill animals in front of you, and they all live on top of each other. Like they have cages of bats, cats, dogs, and they all shit on top of each other.
Hold on, going back to what Justin said.
So that virus will jump.
You said that CDC leadership is not doctors?
Well, what kind of doctors are they?
Any MDs?
Yeah. So a physician?
Redford's medical residency was at Walter Reed Army Medical.
What kind of
his postgraduate medical training and internship in internal medicine?
Yeah, internal medicine. So he's a surgeon.
And then he completed in clinical research fellowships.
Background, dude.
But there's different medical backgrounds.
In infectious disease and tropical medicine, he then went on to Georgetown University.
But his PhD is in what?
He is an epidemiologist.
Yeah.
His PhD is epidemiology? Okay.
Yeah, and that's the study of viruses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah. Then I was wrong. But I'm just saying that they're not just
on point.
So why is an epidemiologist saying that this shit came from a lab?
He's saying, by the way, that
makes no sense.
That the way that it spread and the biology of the virus itself was more than likely that it came from a lab leak, and that's where it got spread. So he's not saying that necessarily the virus was man-made, but he said the infection came because of a lab leak. So they had this disease, this virus in the lab, and that lab leak is what created all this.
They created this disease.
He didn't say they're creating the disease.
But it hasn't existed before in nature. It hasn't existed in nature. COVID-19 has not existed in nature.
But other variations of
so where did it? Yeah, because it's SARS. It's SARS.
Okay.
No,
we're all talking over each other. Let's all go one at a time.
Well, SARS is the general disease that COVID comes from.
No,
that upper respiratory infection.
COVID is a cold. Anything
look up COVID-19. It'll say SARS.
Justin, calm down for a sec. You've talked for the last 10 minutes. Peter, Chris, and then Taylor.
Oh, no.
It's not the flu, bro.
Justin.
You know what? I'll show you right now.
Let these men talk.
Coronavirus, COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So, yes, it is part of SARS, but it's a very specific type of SARS.
Yeah, and SARS is like the overall term for all that shit.
Yeah, but SARS is just... SARS is...
What does that acronym stand for?
Severe Accurate Respiratory Syndrome.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that COVID comes right off of that because COVID is a respiratory-based infection. So.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I thought it was sucking ass of random strangers.
That's a great one. That is a good one. The first thing you say in like 5 minutes.
Somebody clip that. Clip that.
That's going to be the name of the episode.
Random strangers' ass.
I thought that's how you got pink eye.
Yeah, maybe that's part of
that too.
God damn it! I'm thinking with Tay having pink eye.
Anyway,
like God damn it, Tay, why you go face first like that, Tay?
Just at the perfect moment. This is the perfect moment.
He won't even dip the toes. He's going to just head dive right in.
Yep.
just going back to the whole thing, like, you know, that the vaccine is causing all these issues. I don't really have like an opinion on it, because like it's like what Tay was saying, like, you know, these vaccines were created so quickly, and like the demand for it was so much that obviously you're going to have complications to any kind of variant that comes from COVID. So yes, there could be some sort of issue with the vaccines, but in the long term of things, I mean, it is out there to protect people, and those who have been vaccinated can probably account to that. Yes, you might have complications, but that vaccine is at the same time effectively working. It just might suck for some people.
Well, I'm just curious about, like,
I mean, not everyone's gonna be, you know, 100% after the vaccine. There's people that are gonna be affected by that. Like,
well, yeah, because the
it's
vaccine
just how the body is
the
just
virus.
made up at that time. Yeah.
The vaccine includes the virus. That's the whole point.
If these people had like some sort of underlying issue that wasn't diagnosed previously, then yeah, it could obviously stimulate the vaccine, and COVID could be a bigger problem than what it was before that.
But what I'm curious about is,
it's also, I would say, especially with, you know, an underlying condition that's not necessarily diagnosed already, I'm interested, and we won't know till long term, what is the survival rate of having those issues without a vaccine and with the vaccine? Like, is it just that people are dying and we're looking for correlation to it because they got a vaccine, or are we going, you know, or is it actually because of the vaccine? Like,
I
think that's what people are missing. Right. I was like, they have, they're basically using it as a scapegoat. Like, there's always another side to the story, no matter how you look at it. So like, pointing the finger to one specific issue is not going to solve it. I mean, there could be some issues with the vaccine, and there could be some issues with the person in general, or with just COVID and that person. Nobody really knows. It's like you said, we're not going to find out today, tomorrow, within the next few years. It's going to take a while to figure out like which one of these vaccines are properly fit to be suited for, you know, those who are going to be affected by COVID-19 going forward. Because this shit's not going away. Let's be honest.
No,
like, this is not.
It's the new flu, bro.
Yeah, I got COVID like a month ago
from sucking ass of random strangers.
That boy.
I had a busy weekend that weekend. With any number of things.
I mean, that's what they say. I mean, between Christmas and New Year's, everyone just wants to meet in the middle, you know? Like.
All right, back on topic.
Oh my God, human centipede.
Oh my God. Did you not read the waiver?
Oh my God.
I don't think there's not been anything in recorded history about a vaccine killing people. At least not that I know of.
I don't think there is, but I mean, you can't be for sure. I mean,
I know, but I think
for 3 years, or 4 years. So I mean, compared to polio, you look at the flu,
yeah, but how long?
How
long been people taking a flu shot? 20 years.
I can't remember the last time I took a flu shot.
I remember the flu shots existed my entire life, so 34 plus years.
For the first time last year with my COVID vaccine, and then I got COVID, and I hadn't taken one in like I don't even know how long.
This shit makes you vulnerable.
So let me ask you. Now, I guess this is like a great case right here, because we had somebody that caught COVID based on the flu vaccine.
Oh, now we're gonna do a case off you.
Yeah. So tell us how it was, because I think I remember this.
Yeah. So I had to go get the vaccine and get a flu shot because I was going to visit my grandparents who aren't doing that well. Well, my grandpa isn't, but yeah. So I took it, or I got it, and then like the next couple days, well, the day after, I felt like pretty shitty. But I mean, that happens when you get any vaccine, just because it's like going through your system, making the antibodies and everything. But then I don't know, it might have been like 2 weeks after that I got COVID, and I got it like before then. I had only gotten it once, and it was in 2019. No, 2020, like at the beginning of it.
Right at the beginning when everyone was getting it.
Yeah, and then I didn't get it again. Like, Olivia got it, and we slept in the same bed and everything, and I still never got it again. And then I took the vaccine, and then 2 weeks later I got it. Like 3 years of me not getting it again. I got it again 2 weeks later.
Yeah, well, yeah. The vaccine technically gives you COVID anyway.
Yeah,
So do
but
you
I mean, I
think, like-
felt great after I got the vaccine. I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah,
And
you're
So
probably
you said
never
it was
getting COVID again.
approximately like 2 weeks after you got the flu vaccine that you got COVID?
like 2 or 3. But I got the flu and the COVID vaccine at the same time.
That's brutal.
That might have not been the best idea.
I mean,
It sucked
I
real
guess
bad.
like your body was already weakened because you had the fucking
Yeah,
flu.
I was like, I'd
Damn.
rather do it now and just feel shitty before I go on my trip.
Your body was just torn up.
Do you see any effects from when you had COVID that second time around? So like anything that's still like, I guess like
lingering,
lasting? Yeah.
I think Nick's running a study.
I'm curious, bro.
But it didn't
I'm
really
asking him a
like.
question.
It just felt like a really bad flu for me. I mean, like some people, like I both times I never lost my sense of smell or taste. I just basically was just bedridden. But yeah, I mean, just like body aches, like the sweats.
Yeah, it's different for everybody.
For like
the sweats and the shits.
I never got.
I didn't have this. No, I never had the shits, but I'm telling you, my eyes hurt so bad. I was like laid up.
Really
I was like,
bad
yo,
for
I am
one
about
day,
to die.
Yeah, that was bad. I think I lost like when I first got it, I lost 25 pounds.
Oh,
Jesus
God
Christ!
Damn. Yeah.
I never lost my appetite on it.
Yeah, I couldn't eat, and then when I did, I just shit for like.
Oh my God! You probably had the flu then.
No, this is when I
That
had
sounds like the
COVID.
flu.
Like the
Jesus.
first time, it was bad, and I was just laying around and wasn't doing shit. So
Anyway, I have a theory on like why people are more prevalent to COVID than others, and I think it has to do with blood type.
I'm drinking this.
Blood
That
type.
should be good.
I think it has to do with blood type.
Okay.
Because, like Taylor was
Am I
saying,
the only one in this? Am I the only one in this group that hasn't got COVID?
I never got COVID, and
Yeah,
I worked.
okay.
I worked the entire pandemic with the
I've only had
public. 'Cause I was
COVID
still running
once.
restaurants at that point, and worked the whole time. Actually, at one point, one of the restaurants, myself and one other person were the only two. We had to shut down for 2 weeks because two of us were the only two that did not test positive for COVID.
Were you wearing a mask the whole time though?
Like when I was dealing with like people face to face,
like random ass people. Yeah.
Yes, but when we were like dealing with the other employees, even when they tested positive for it, like inside, we were not wearing a mask at all. I also went through jail with COVID and didn't get that shit. What now? Don't go to jail, people. It's not fun.
That's actually impressive.
Jail is not fun at all, especially not during COVID.
But apparently, you can't get COVID
Or
in
in
jail.
general.
Oh no, a bunch of people got fucking COVID in jail.
What's your blood type?
I am B negative.
Interesting.
I gotta figure out my blood type because I
don't know what mine is either.
I tell everybody that it's just that dirty Indian water that's just running through me. So like I'm
Oh,
just
God,
vaccinated
bro.
for every
Come
single
on.
thing in the world. So I mean, let me just be like for real. Like nobody in my family except my middle brother has gotten COVID. Even my 89-year-old grandmother having.
I'm telling you, bro, it's blood type. It's definitely blood type related.
That dirty Indian water.
Maybe he's adopted.
Maybe.
Got a little
That's still
mailman in
wild.
him.
You never
It's
got
not,
COVID when I had that shit.
It's not
Nick
too
was like,
far-fetched.
stay in your room.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Like Chris had it twice. Like my son had it twice. Like I was in a hospital bed with him. Like, and I came out perfectly fine. No mask.
Well, you're
no
vaccinated now, though, right? Or
Just
no?
twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Twice, right? 3 times.
So you're less likely to get it? I don't know. I only got the original one. I've never gotten a booster.
Yeah, I got the 2 shots. Didn't get a booster.
Yeah.
And then I just was raw dogging life for 3 years.
SARS, baby.
Dude,
I've also, yeah.
You know, after this, I don't think I'm ever getting a flu shot again.
Bro, I haven't had a flu shot in
No, I
20
don't get the
years.
flu shot.
That's
I
what I'm
haven't
saying.
had a flu shot
I've
in
never
20
I don't think I'm
had
ever
it.
getting a flu shot.
I get my flu shot every year.
I
Don't
get my
do
flu
it.
shot every year.
And then you get
I
and then you get the flu,
one-
right, Chris?
What? Like I hadn't gotten one before
get the
this
flu, right?
for like years, like probably almost
Had
10
it before.
years.
And Taylor, that's the first time you got the flu, right?
I
Since
don't
you can
even
remember.
know if I got the flu.
It was
I can't
probably
even
COVID.
remember.
It was
I
probably a
can't even
mixture.
remember last time I had the flu though.
Dude, the last time I had the flu, I might have been like 12. And I haven't gotten a flu shot since I was like 10.
Yeah, I haven't either. Every time I go into like CVS or like Walgreens,
And I've
they're
never
like,
gotten
"Would
the
you like
flu."
to get a flu shot. No,
I'm like
Pass.
a good one.
I'm good. Yeah,
Pass.
I'm good.
I'm with Cooley. I
good.
get my fucking flu shot every year.
I gotta get it every year.
How often do you guys get sick?
Dude, I very rarely get sick. And when I do, I'm like sick for maybe 24, 48 hours and I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
how
get random fevers.
I can't think of the last time.
Oh
that
yeah,
seriously
Cooley does
ran
get random
fever.
fevers. I forgot about that.
I just get random
Chris, you get
fevers.
random. Chris gets random
It's that,
fevers
it's that
left and right,
flu
bro.
vaccine, bro.
I remember living with him. He just like hit me up like, "I got the flu again." Like, how the fuck did you get the flu again? We were just hanging out last night. Like,
I mean, I'll tell you, with how many like disgusting like fucking $5, $10, and $20 bills I put in my nose in my 20s, pretty sure I'm just fucking immune to everything at this point. So
I mean, during COVID, it was like whatever.
COVID
Even
was
after,
like,
even after
bring
COVID,
your own
it's,
rolled up dollar.
Right.
it's like no, I have my own sanitized straw. Thank you very much.
it's my own straw.
Yeah, I got this from McDonald's. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
There's paper straws, they just don't work as well.
They don't. They don't.
They keeps getting random fevers.
I don't know what it is, man. I just get random fucking fevers out of like the fucking blue.
It's like you're
Nick
in
is that-
menopause or something.
Maybe Nick is like, go get yourself checked. I'm like,
I
will.
keep telling him every single time. Every time he's like, man, I feel like shit. I was like, yo, you gotta go get yourself checked out, brother. Like, the colonoscopy is gonna be the least of your problems.
Don't say it.
But if you go get
Don't
checked
say
out
it.
and they tell you something's wrong, then there's something wrong. If you never go,
Yeah, exactly.
then nothing's wrong.
It's like Schrodinger's cat, dude. It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Oh my god.
It's exactly like quantum physics.
Oh my god.
If you don't let anything up your butt, you never know if you're gonna die or not. So it's fine.
I'm gonna be the last person buried all my friends at this point.
You might be.
But colonoscopies honestly aren't that bad. They basically knock you out.
Yeah, they put you to sleep.
Yeah,
How do you know
I had to
this?
get one. I had to get one like.
My dad got one.
Plus, they tell you too young to have one.
You're too
No,
young for
I have
that.
You're too young
IBS.
for one.
That's why I had to go.
Oh, you have IBS.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
okay.
yeah, it was like really,
No,
like,
serious.
really bad for a while, and then went to the doctor, and they're like, "Here you go." And then
Wait. What they do?
Take
What they do?
yeah,
What
they're
they do?
like, "Shoop." No,
Just-
but they like
What
knock
is it?
you out.
It's like that episode of Blue Mountain State where they have the heat strokes. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Is
Dude,
there
I
really
haven't
given-
seen Blue Mountain State in
I haven't seen it
forever.
Are
you kidding me, bro? It's amazing.
Seen the dude Thad Castle all over the place on like a bunch of movies and shows, and I'm like,
Because he's
Yeah,
in fucking
bro,
Reacher.
he's on Reacher. And he
He's
looks like a
Reacher.
he's in a
fucking
new
gladiator.
movie that's about to come out too. It's like a romantic comedy movie. I'm like, this guy.
I think you'd be perfect for that.
I
You
saw
kidding
him
me?
run. I saw him
I
run
only-
down the
I don't know
field,
him as
doing a
Reacher. I only know him
40-yard
as-
dash with the fucking.
Bro, he's Thad
Oreo.
Castle
With
with
the Oreo in his
Exlana.
ass?
About to be a
With
father.
Exlana. With Exlana. You guys know who Exlana is.
Exlana.
Who?
Who stole my pocket pussy? That was his name.
Oh,
Exlana.
You guys convinced me. I'm gonna rewatch that show.
It is amazing, and you absolutely should.
Chris, you gotta watch that show.
Olivia
I
just
know.
texted me, says she just heard gunshots outside. That's great.
Oh my god. Too bad we're not
I
live
told
right now.
you, things are popping off in Churchill.
Jesus Christ. All right, next topic.
They're just residual gunshots from New Year's. It's just people still shooting from New Year's.
That might be a thing.
Seems like it. Yeah, that might
Just
be a thing.
popping off. Just
Okay,
By the way,
so-
Cooley, have you looked into having periodic fever syndrome, which apparently is a random thing
No,
caused
never
by
heard of that.
gene mutations that you suffer from fevers with no known cause?
So you say I'm a mutant?
What?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like I started
yeah.
having powers? I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're a
oh,
mutant.
That's the
You're a
worst
mutant. You're a
power
mutant.
of all.
I was
You're gonna be the
saying.
worst
The worst.
X-Men of all time. Oh, you done messed up now. It's like, what is he doing? He's just sweating now. He's like shivering over there. Like, that's your power? You just fucking sick all the time?
He walks up and puts his forehead
No,
on
dude.
someone, and they're like, "You're a little warm."
No, he just goes up to people and touches
just
them. Now you're
transferred.
sick. Now
Just-
you're
now
sick.
I just transferred.
Oh my
Now
god.
you get the fever.
Cooley's just giving people the fever.
Fever. Fever or the shits.
It's like,
one of
oh,
the
I
two.
feel mildly uncomfortable now.
Until your power like fully morphs and you turn into Phoenix.
Yes.
Because you just get so
Just
hot
human
one day.
torch, just fucking burn up.
You just get so hot one day. You turn into a fiery bird.
That
Like
was
the worst
funny.
human torch.
Oh, that's amazing. It's so amazing.
Like you can't even
Flame
cook a
off,
soup
not
with the
flame
heat
on,
thing.
flame off.
Flame off.
Ice cold, baby.
Flame off. Oh man. Okay. Well, I feel like we definitely got a little bit off topic on that one, so I'm gonna do a little wraparound.
Realist back
Sit
there.
down.
Speaking about
A little wraparound.
degrees, this episode's
Sponsored by Degree. Peter, take it away.
Speaking of ice cold, what are you guys' thoughts about Atlantis being fucking under Antarctica?
Bro, this shit's like actually fascinating to read about. Not gonna lie. But that's not why I wanted to bring up Antarctica. I know Taylor's like into this too. The Ancient Alien guys bring this shit up. But I mean, you could see that. Like, have you guys seen the pictures and shit about Atlantis? They look like mountains. It's like the same shit when they like show Mars and they're like, "Oh my god, it's a face," or like, whatever the fuck. It's same fucking bullshit. I don't believe any of that shit. But there's not much that we know about the continent itself because did we lose Nick?
No, he's just grabbing a drink.
Oh, why you turn his camera off?
So we don't look at his ass while he walks away.
Oh, whatever. But yeah, so it's 90% of Antarctica is covered in ice or some shit, something wild like that, and it was only discovered 250 years ago by the first ever explorers, who, if you look at like an old school map, drew it like much larger than we perceive it to be, which could be because of perspective, but at the same time,
melting.
It's still it's not well. I guess now it's melting, but back then it wasn't.
Maybe it's just a fucking ice wall keeping the water from falling off of our flat Earth.
That's
Amen,
not
brother.
where I wanted to go with this.
Amen, brother.
No, we're not going that route. Okay, we're not going that route because that's bullshit.
I'll see more like the ice people, man. Winter is
and none
coming.
of us are flat earthers. Anyway, so
I
you
just
guys
don't
know
think
about how the poles
there's not
shift,
enough,
right?
There's not enough evidence.
Oh, hold on. I'm tying this in. Tying You guys know how the poles shift like every 12 to 17,000 years or whatever, and they're about to again.
That was like
Yes,
like 30-something thousand or some 6.
I don't know if it's that much, but either way, that is a theory that could be why Atlantis was on Antarctica, and that we haven't found it because the poles shifted, and then all of a sudden it was like a flash freeze, just immediate devastation.
Well, I found like
It's
Atlantis
probable.
to be like an interesting topic because like what is it, Plato written about like Atlantis, but like he made it seem like he actually went there to visit, but there's no actual like evidence or anything being written about Atlantis when he wrote about it. So how would that be even possible? No, I'm just saying he wrote about it, but like you can't find anything else from anybody else, like any other historians or I guess anybody around that time who wrote about Atlantis. So
I mean, at that time, I think the Library of Alexandria hadn't been burnt down yet in Egypt, in Cairo. Was it in Cairo? Can't remember. But all that shit could have been stored there. I mean, that was burnt out of the Romans because they said, fuck all this bullshit.
Lost all the knowledge that we had fucking before that.
And then they started the Holy Church or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So everything could have been wiped out then. Or another cool fact, there could be an alien base under there. Never know.
I saw a video of like there's like I forget what the name of this big like squid thing under the Antarctic. Have you guys read about that?
Nah.
That has like those long hanging tentacles.
Yeah.
That go like 50 fucking feet or some shit. It's wild.
Yeah, I heard that was supposed to be down there, and there was like a expedition that went down there, and they never came back. But
wonder if it ate them.
Maybe.
So
I don't know. Maybe the predator is there
in the water.
The colossal squid in Antarctica.
Could be.
He just looked it up.
I think
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
That shit looks creepy as fuck, dude. It is creepy as shit. But what I tend to believe is like, so you know how like the military, like nobody ever talks about Antarctica, right? It's one of the major 7 continents in the world. But there's nothing going on there. Maybe 4,000 people live there during the summertime because I think maybe less than 1,000 live there during winter because it's like I think it averages like negative 90 degrees Fahrenheit or some shit, or negative 50, something like that. But nobody's living there, and the only people that do are scientists and military. And do you guys know what a neutrino is? It's a particle.
No, never heard of it.
People making neutrino bombs.
Well, you have to. Okay, we'll get to that. But
what neutrino is.
So a neutrino is a particle that is kind of like an electron, but it has no charge, and it's very, very, very difficult to detect. So neutrinos are essentially running through us all the time, 100,000 times, like all the time, 24/7, 365. And there's a company that says they can harness these things. They've been detected in the Antarctic with these like basketball-looking things that they lower into the water, like under the ice sheet, and that's how they detect them. It's wild, bro. Like this shit I've been reading on this today is fucking crazy as fuck.
So here's my only thing though, is like almost every major nation has a research station in Antarctica though. Like here are maps of all of them.
Damn, I don't think I've ever seen a map of Antarctica like this.
Just
is that
covering.
What it looks like?
Neither of us.
That's what Antarctica looks like. Yeah.
What are those islands though? When you scroll down farther, what are that?
That's
what is
the
that?
Antarctic Peninsula. That's just off. That's like these islands up here, the South Shetland Islands.
The Shetland?
Shetland, like the ponies.
Scroll back up.
But here is a list of every country that has. So these are permanent countries.
And it says the population.
Year, maximum persons.
It's less
summer
than
population, winter population.
Yeah,
I was like, Argentina's got to be on that list.
So
it averages like 4,000 people.
Yeah, so those are year round, and then there's also ones that are just summer only active stations,
which is when you can be there. Yeah,
but like pretty much every country has this fucking has bases here.
Most of those bases are on the outer rim of the continent, like nowhere near the South Pole.
Yeah,
that's where the wall is.
Okay, there's no wall. Stop doing that. There's no wall. Okay, we're not promoting flat Earth.
No, I didn't know that you were there. I didn't know that you had been there before and saw that there was a wall there. I'm sorry.
The Earth is round. Quit it.
I mean, we also have, as the United States, we have the one that's like fucking dead center in there. On dead center is the United States.
At the South Pole. Yeah, we have a base at the South Pole. I knew that.
That is our base right there, our research center right there. Everyone else is like on the outside of it.
How big is the Antarctic continent compared to, let's say, Australia?
Pretty massive. I think Antarctica.
Yeah, I think it's like, bigger.
It's definitely bigger. If I remember correctly, I think it's bigger than United States.
Is it not the biggest continent?
Like North America?
Yeah. Well, not all of North America, just like the United States in general, but yeah, it's pretty.
It might be bigger
massive.
than North America. That's what I'm saying. So, such a massive continent is so unexplored, that seems kind of sketch.
Well, what you were saying is like the temperatures drop below like 50 degrees Celsius, dude, or like negative
but like
50 degrees Celsius. You would die out there.
Yeah, but if you go down into those caverns, bro, that temperature probably levels out.
That's what the theory is, but
Antarctica is the 5th largest continent.
Okay, so it's still pretty fucking big.
Just barely just barely smaller than South America.
But it's bigger than Australia, I'm assuming.
Bigger than Europe.
And
bigger than Australia.
That was the other one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a lot of space.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always frozen. It couldn't have been.
But according to who?
There's no way. There's no way.
According to Justin.
Well, I mean, when the dinosaurs were around, it was like.
Of course, it wasn't like.
I guess Pangea was kind of a thing. Yeah.
It was a thing. Pangea was a thing when the dinosaurs were.
I said kind of because I'm not really sure about that timeline, but yeah.
Pangea was 100%
you're so sure
no, I know Pangea was a thing. I just don't know if
too. So what do we really like?
Huh?
So you're so sure that there isn't a wall at the South Pole too.
So you know nothing.
I'm not gonna even.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Didn't hear that.
Wait for
Didn't
it.
hear that.
Wait for
Didn't
it.
hear it. Didn't hear it. Didn't hear it. Anyway, the neutrino thing. That's what I was getting after. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Let's go on to the next one.
So, wait, hold on. So,
just dump it.
In 1959, the 12 countries signed a treaty saying that no country can claim Antarctica and that it has to be shared by the rest of the world.
Is that the same with space?
I don't know. I think Russia's trying to take over space, Russia and China.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to take over Antarctica yet.
Well, it's too far for them to even try to think
unless
about
it serves
Antarctica.
no purpose. Yeah, no strategic value.
I guess like the only strategic value or like the purpose that it does serve is like it gives you more of an idea of what it'd be like on the moon or being out in outer space.
Yeah, but what if there's like some ancient shit there?
Well, everybody in the world knows about it besides us. Then.
Like
ancient, but the governments know. We don't. They're not going to fucking tell us shit. They're all in cahoots.
Isn't that where they discovered that woolly mammoth DNA?
I thought that was in Russia.
Was it in Siberia?
That was definitely in Europe.
Yeah. You think a woolly mammoth would taste good? What do you think it would taste like?
That's what we talked about last week.
Bro, you missed that. You missed it. You missed it.
You missed about woolly mammoth meatballs, son.
Yeah, they were succulent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter's honest, by the way, so there's that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We were talking about how it would probably have that like one hair sticking off of it. That would be fucking terrible.
What are you talking about? That's like a 100 million year old hair just pulling out your teeth. That's class, bro. That's class.
Stuck in the back of your throat.
That piece of hair is going to be like 2 feet long, too. Think about it. That thing is...
Whoa. I got a 100 million year old hair ball.
You're pulling out a massive hair. You're not pulling a hair. You're pulling the hair straight out.
I need you to clip that and then play it backwards after this.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Pulling the hair out of your mouth.
With the hair out of his mouth.
It's such a good idea.
Well, I don't know. You said that I disappeared for a little bit, but this kind of brings me back to like the whole alien theory that I thought about. Like aliens are living in the oceans.
That would be the perfect place for them to camp.
Makes sense. I mean,
they'd be in the ice,
of the ocean. 90% of the water isn't explored, especially going past like the Marianas Trench. Who knows what's down there? You don't know. There's unidentified species down there.
Isn't that the plot of like one of the Transformers movies?
That's also the plot of a movie called Underwater.
So maybe there are aliens down there.
I don't know
about that. Aliens are residing in Atlantis underneath Antarctica. There's boom right there.
That would have to be. You'd have to sustain so much pressure. So much pressure. That's like basically being in a vacuum.
I mean,
it's probably worse than
the conversation again.
It's not unheard of. Like we have ships that can.
So yeah, you definitely have species down there.
Yeah, but it's easier for us to go to space than to go to the bottom of the ocean. Is what I'm saying. There's less pressure in space because it's a vacuum, but going under. How deep is the Marianas Trench?
How many times are you gonna say?
Yeah, ask those rich assholes that took that sub earlier this year.
They didn't even go down that far.
I know.
And they were using a fucking PS4 controller.
A Logitech controller that you can get off Amazon for $20. Yeah.
Survival of the fittest, bro.
That shit was brilliant.
Survival of the fittest. That's what they get.
I'm not gonna lie. So I came across a Twitter post one day, and it was like a 15-minute, like it was like a not 15, but it was like a 10-minute video of a countdown for like somebody made a website. With a countdown of the sub.
Of like how much oxygen they had left?
No shit.
Yeah, I swear to God, dude.
That's fucked up.
My messed up self sat on that Twitter
they're dead.
And watched 9 minutes until it hit 0, and then I just saw the comments explode, bro.
You watched the countdown?
Yeah. I am not proud for this.
Nick might have a problem.
Dude, them comments were probably off the chain, bro.
If it was on Instagram,
you know what?
Instagram comment sections are insane.
Oh, Tay, yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not on social media anymore. That's dark.
Dude, you gotta go just for the comments, man.
I don't know.
Comments
I'm
are
good.
fucking
I'm good.
fantastic.
I'm good.
It's hilarious.
So Nick, to your point, Brian Helmuth, who is Northeastern's professor of marine and environmental science, said that if obviously he studies the ocean, but he said if he were investigating an alien planet like Earth, the ocean would definitely be the place to start. Not only does it compromise the vast majority of living space and living organisms on Earth, but it's also comparatively unpopulated by the one species, humans, that seem intent on destroying the planet.
That's different.
So he's basically saying if aliens are coming, like we as humans, we're so egocentric that we're like, oh no, aliens are coming for us. But we're just a small like population of species on the Earth. Like aliens would probably look over us and be like, I don't know what the fuck these things on land are. Like, let's go after this stuff that lives in harmony down here and study that shit as opposed to studying humans.
Yeah, because we're not advanced enough and we're predictable.
Squids are advanced as fucked.
All we want to do is kill each other.
That it's like, well, it's more the fact like if you wanted to study like hazardous like zones or like hazardous like areas where like something can actually live, like the ocean would be fucking perfect for it.
Yeah, volcano.
Like that can live anywhere.
It's the perfect hiding spot, bro. The perfect hiding spot.
Yeah, but you have to be able to live there. All right, we gotta switch topics.
Even if that's the case, like, okay, just really think about this for a second. So, if aliens were in fact in the water, like deep below the surface, think about how long they must have been there for. How long they've already been there for. They are way more civilized than we will ever be. They've had it. If they live underwater in that type of pressure, they already have it figured out.
Well, yeah, but what's the point?
Because they're studying life.
There's no point. They're just there, bro.
Why? So you're studying life on the continents from 20,000 feet below the ocean?
No.
So, life underwater.
Justin, we are like landmass versus ocean. We're a small part of this
I'm aware
planet.
of that. Yeah, I know.
So like, but again, as humans, our ego is if aliens are coming, they're coming for us.
No, they're not.
Whereas if aliens are coming, we're a small fraction of this. Why would they go and study the small fraction versus studying the mass part of it?
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is to Nick's point is so down at that depth, there are organisms that live down there. Like that is a thing.
Oh, there's all sorts of fucking.
They're already accustomed to that, dude.
But they're not intelligent life forms.
But we don't know that because it's not been discovered. There's millions of species down there that don't have that.
I don't know about millions.
You don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that,
bro.
You don't know that. There could be billions.
We've been down to the Marianas Trench.
We're talking to the deepest parts of the ocean, bro.
Yeah, the Marianas Trench.
90% of the ocean hasn't been discovered. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but we've been to the deepest part, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Either way, that you got to the deepest part in one specific spot. Think about every other location on Earth in the water.
So, are you saying that the ocean is the final frontier, or is space?
For what? Aliens? Science? What?
For anything. All of it.
Okay, I mean, if that's the case, I think obviously space is the next frontier. But in the situation like this,
the final
conversation that we're talking about with aliens, they're definitely it makes more sense that they're in the water than they are in outer space.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
why doesn't it make sense?
In the Marianas Trench, we've discovered intelligent things like squid, octopus, like stuff like that lives at the deepest parts of the ocean. We've been to.
Not at that depth.
I'm almost 100% sure at that depth.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, that big, like, creepy squid or whatever with, like, the 4 tentacles or whatever. That's made. I think that was recorded like 50,000 feet or 100,000 feet. The Marianas Trench goes way deeper than that. That kind of thing can't live down there. The pressure is so crazy that it just crushes everything. You might have microbes that live like at a volcanic output at the Marianas Trench because it's a fault line.
Dude, they're like fish that live down there, man. Like,
yeah, but fish aren't an intelligent species.
You don't know that. You don't know that. How do you think that these species live and like just basically just survived without like just in the senses of no sunlight?
That doesn't make them intelligent. That makes them
It doesn't have
evolving
make
to
them
their
intelligent,
environment.
That they're still evolved differently
Yeah,
than
yeah.
species that see like just life.
I'm
in
not
general.
disagreeing with that at
That
all.
doesn't mean that they're not intelligent. There's different aspects that go into this.
Yeah, but intelligence derives the fact that you have free will.
Hold on. What do you see as intelligent?
You make your own decisions. You don't just live to eat and die. And
Isn't
fuck.
that just free will? That's not intelligence.
No, free will is choosing to go outside, choosing to walk, get
Isn't that
up.
what you just said, though?
No, I'm saying that free will. What are you talking about?
You're repeating yourself.
Yeah, what do you think free will is?
What is your definition of intelligence?
The ability to make a choice.
So isn't...
But what if it's a dumb choice?
What is free
Fish
will,
don't make choices,
I'm
bro.
about to say there are a lot of dumb motherfuckers that make stupid choices, man. So
Fish
that
don't
doesn't mean
make
that they're
choices.
intelligent.
That doesn't... Okay, so what is...
Us and fucking dolphins are the only mammals that fuck for fun. Everything else is evolutionary. They eat because they need to. They breathe because they need to. They don't make decisions. They can't go buy a goddamn cookie or a candy bar.
No animal's gonna go buy a cookie, but they still make
because that's
that's
what makes you intelligent.
Their pack for their group, whatever it is.
I would say that intelligence is generally regarded in the scientific community as the use of tools. So things using
fish aren't making tools
is what makes it happen. But octopus and squid are using tools.
They're using their tentacles.
One octopus,
and they use tools.
They can navigate. They can navigate mazes.
There's one octopus
I've seen that
can't change its pigment, so it like goes around and collects like coconut.
But that's also evolutionary.
When predators come
well, we're evolution, dude.
No, but what Tay's talking about is like that happens automatically. There's no choice involved.
Definitely.
When it feels danger, it changes automatically to its environment.
But this, I'm
no, it
talking
changes.
About this specific octopus can't change its pigment, so it walks around with like coconuts or shells from other animals or plants, and when a predator comes to it, it like takes them and closes itself inside of it. So it uses it
That's
as
badass
a tool.
as fuck.
Can you send that? I actually want to see this. Can you send it? Can you look for it?
Yeah, can you find that video? I want to see that. That sounds dope as hell.
Then,
out of all the things that you send me on Instagram, this is the one thing you can't send me?
I saw that on Facebook. Instagram is strictly for that.
There's also like the mimic octopus that literally makes itself look like other animals. It sees other animals, watches their behavior, and then copies their behavior and makes itself look like
that
it.
octopus was in that same video that I watched. I need to
That's evolutionary just chemistry. That's DNA. That's fucking programming, bro.
No, that is understanding your surroundings and being able to see something else.
How do you know? How do you know it understands that?
That's not.
And how do you know that they're not intelligent? It's the same.
How do you know it understands that? How do you know it understands that?
Because it is seeing something and replicating it.
How is that not an evolutionary development?
I mean, I would say that the use of tools and the use of any of that and intelligence is evolutionary.
That's another step. That's another step.
How's that another step?
Because that's like that's like Finding Nemo, the fucking clownfish that molds into its environment. It does that because it is programmed to do that.
Right, but the mimic octopus is literally seeing something else and making the choice to make itself look like that.
How do we know it's making a choice?
It's not an automatic response because it changes based off what it sees.
Have we tested that?
Yeah,
you don't need to test it. You don't
Show me that video.
You just look.
You
just have to look. It's not. It's
okay.
Not
so that's another point. That's another thing. That's another thing. So if you show it anything, it changes to whatever it sees automatically. It doesn't have a choice. If you show it two things, it'll change to whichever one it sees first, right?
No, it tries different things to figure out what's working.
So if you put 5 things in front of it, it will stationary objects. It will change to each one, right?
I just sent you guys a video of that octopus in our text thread.
Oh, you sent it on the thing? We're also way off topic. We need to go to the
we don't need the real shit in. We're watching this video, son.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. The Caps won, by the way.
Caps won.
Peter, I told you it was gonna be close. They won 4-3.
You can't.
I don't care.
The whole ruling out that the fact that like unidentified species or like species that are living that we don't really know, claiming that they're not intelligent it's a false basis.
How?
You can't just assume that.
Have there been
not
scientific
intelligent,
studies?
bro. How do we know that they're not intelligent? Because one, there hasn't been. Yeah, you're right. There hasn't been a lot of studies that have been shown, but not every single animal, every single species, mammals, cold-blooded reptile are programmed to do what they're supposed to do.
It's not about what they're supposed to do. It's about what they need to do to survive.
This is the mimic octopus
So
changing.
we do the same thing. We do what we can to survive. What is that? So we're not intelligent then?
Yeah, but we also choose to go take a shit.
Not really.
Birds take shits,
Choose to go
bro.
take a shit.
I choose to
Bro,
take one in a
most
toilet.
animals
Take a
take
shit.
shits just because they can. They just let it all go, like horses and birds and shit. It just comes out of their butthole.
So that's why when the pets
We choose to go take a shit on a toilet.
Dogs need to go pee and take a shit.
Yeah,
they'll just go
but
stand by the door for no reason, right?
Has Pearl never let you know?
Yeah. I personally, for me, she's the easiest dog I can manage.
Dogs are intelligent animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about every other intelligent species other species that are out there? So we know about
I didn't
dogs.
see all the video.
Oh, I didn't know you were watching it. I thought you were saying that intelligence is the being able to take a shit, which is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
No, on a toilet. On a toilet.
Oh,
Because
And
it's a tool.
bro,
because we created the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the dog that takes a shit in the toilet? Their owners teach the dog to take a shit in the toilet. So are they programmed just to shit in the toilet? No.
Now they are.
Yeah, but you're adjusting their program because they have intelligence.
So you're telling me that this thing making itself look like coral right here to go and blend in with the coral is
And
not
why is it doing that?
You're saying that it's
So
not.
why? Hold on. Why is it doing that?
Like a stonefish because they're more predatory.
Because of what?
Not really.
To eat, right?
Well, to get around the ocean.
Yes.
floor.
Yeah, exactly.
So why do we create tools, Justin, to make our lives better? So it's making its life better by doing these things.
But it's not consciously making that decision.
It is 100% consciously making that decision.
What are you talking about? It looks like it's just doing it because it needs to.
Did you not watch it fucking changing shapes as it goes to be like,
Bro,
oh, this is
that
the time
thing,
to be this.
That octopus only exists for one reason: to eat and procreate. That's it.
So you're talking.
That's literally it. It's not deciding to make a company. It's not deciding to make money or monetize anything. It's just living.
Because those are all human things.
Which is what intelligence is.
No other animal uses fucking money. So you're literally being like, well, it doesn't act like a human, so it's not intelligent. That's
my
the
only
dumbest
point.
Fucking thing you've ever said.
My only point is look at how big our brain is.
Straight
Just
up,
look at it.
That is the dumbest fucking thing you've ever said right there.
That's fine. I'm going to hold to
didn't
it.
Start a company. The octopus didn't start a fucking company. Shut the fuck up about that.
It literally exists and evolves in order to feed.
Octopus doesn't put money in it.
Human beings don't evolve to feed.
That octopus didn't order a book off Amazon. It's fucking stupid.
That's not what I said at all.
Oh.
You
literally said it didn't start a company.
Yeah, because you're trying to you guys are trying to make my point sound ridiculous, and it's not ridiculous. You know I'm correct.
It is slightly ridiculous, but
it's not ridiculous. You're just trying to fucking shut me down like y'all motherfuckers always do.
No. We're not trying to shut you down.
Yeah, you are.
We're not trying to do any of that.
Yeah,
we're just trying to tell you that
you can tell me whatever the fuck you want, but
I just don't care.
I know I don't care, and you're pissing me off now. Okay, so now I'm getting mad.
How are we pissing you off, bro?
Now I'm getting mad.
We're trying to have a conversation.
You're going to tell me that a fish is intelligent. Or some microbe at the Marianas Trench that's living off volcanic water that's barely getting along. It lives for one thing. One thing. It doesn't make decisions. That's where the argument started, dude. That's literally where we started this.
But Justin, your whole argument is it doesn't act like a human, so it's not intelligent.
No, dude.
All right, wait.
It doesn't have the capacity in its brain to act intelligent.
Humans are intelligent.
It cannot make decisions. It is programmed.
All right, Tay, go ahead.
Humans are so intelligent. I need you guys to watch this shit and tell me how intelligent.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to click on it.
I see this going two ways.
I'm not going to click on it. I'm not going to click on it.
I'm just sharing it.
Click on it, Pete.
Are we going to do our next topic or not?
Hold on, I'm watching this video first.
Subliminal advertising.
Superhuman man. My juggalos and juggalettes.
Yeah, see that? He made the decision to take his shirt off, and he's about to jump into some weird shit. Oh my God. Are those light bulbs?
So that's
Yeah.
what you call human intelligence, right,
Okay,
Justin?
turn that off. Good Lord, that's loud.
That's human intelligence, right?
Yeah. That's more intelligent than an
That's
octopus.
Yeah, that's more intelligent than an octopus. All right, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Yeah. It is. He made the decision to take off his shirt, jump off the table into a bunch of light bulbs.
So
an octopus would never do that because it's only programmed to survive.
Okay, so let me. So let me bring up the example of a penguin or like a
Why?
seal.
Why is this so difficult to understand?
I don't know.
I think it's difficult for you to.
We are. This is becoming redundant now, and I'm annoyed. We need to move on.
So because you're not willing to accept the other people's ideas and thoughts and have a common discussion about it.
We've been discussing this for like 40 minutes now.
But you're still stuck on the fact that what Peter was saying, your whole argument is based on just because animals don't act like humans, they're not intelligent, which is 100% false. That's the whole.
No, I thought our original argument was what is intelligence.
So intelligence here. Let me just go. So the scientific community decides if something has intelligence if it has self-recognition, problem-solving abilities, tool use, and memory and facial recognition.
Which is every animal out there.
Animals?
No, it's not. What are you talking about? Oh my!
Animals that have been proven to have these aspects, so proven to have the intelligence.
Yeah, it's like an elephant, a dolphin, a fucking
they are
cat,
apes,
a dog,
elephants, dolphins.
Yeah, nailed it.
Corvids and octopus.
Okay, so I named more.
Are the animals that we have proven that can do all of those things?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
I already agreed that an octopus. Oh my God, I don't even care.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You are just mad because cats and dogs aren't on that fucking list.
The opposite of.
Did I not just name every single one of those right off the bat?
Before that,
you did not name corvids or octopus.
What the hell's a corvid? I don't know what a corvid is.
They're parrots.
It's a bird.
They are intelligent. That they are.
Apparently, Nick, to you, every fucking animal is intelligent. Okay. That's where we're going.
They all have. Okay, first of all, they're not dumb, bro. They're all intelligent in their own ways. In their own way.
Okay.
It's like what you said. They use tools. They use self-recognition. What was the other one that you said?
Disposable thumbs.
That does not make you smart. That just means you have a opposable thumb.
Tools. How else are you going to use a tool?
Did you just say disposable thumbs? Like you could just throw that thumb away?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Opposable? Disposable?
Whatever, bro. Shut up. Shut up.
Just gonna fucking dispose of this thumb real quick.
Shut up.
Like as soon as it's getting cornered by a couple animals.
Yeah, it's like a chameleon. You cut off its tail, it just grows right back, bro. Just grows right back. It's like those fucking. What were those crabs we were talking about last week? Those blue crab. They have blue blood.
The horseshoe crabs.
The horseshoe crabs. Yeah.
You know their blood is made instead of ours is with copper or no with iron. Theirs is based in copper.
I think it's phosphorus.
It's based in copper. That's why.
Is it copper?
When you bleed them out.
That's so dope. You know, a bunch of their blood has moved our vaccine tech like 20 years ahead of its time. Yeah.
I used to work the touch tank over at the Virginia Living Museum, and we used to.
You are full of surprises, bro. He's got rocks and horseshoe crabs and
COVID. A lot.
Dude, when I started feeling shitty, I was like, "There's no way I have COVID." I took the test and put the droppers on it. As soon as the first dropper hit, it was like the line showed up like immediately.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ! Usually that takes like 20 minutes.
I got so much COVID.
You had all the COVID, bro. You should just store some of that horseshoe crab blood.
$5, $10, and $1 bills, man. All those rolled up bills, man.
SARS, baby.
I don't do none of that stuff.
All right. Do you want to get into this last topic real quick, or we save it for next week?
I think we save it for next week.
We save it next week.
All right, we're already an hour.
Talking about next week we're talking about this flight log too.
Hopefully it's out by then.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, Nick, what are we talking about next week?
So yeah, next week we are going to be talking about the Epstein flight logs that just are supposed to be released today. Not all of them. The list got released, but it's not legible, so they're basically we're trying to find a website that has them. Anyway.
We'll find it.
And then Finland doesn't exist apparently. This is a conversation that we're having next week.
That's
Finland.
Finland?
It's all Peter.
Doesn't exist.
Even though
That's
Finland
all
is part
Peter's.
of NATO, but they got a whole
I wanna
flag
hear
during the
this.
Olympics. You know, that's fine, but whatever.
They also have an army.
Yeah, that too. And finally, what lies beneath the Denver airport? This is not Die Hard 2, people. This is actual real life, okay? So please pay attention next time when
Factual
you
shit.
factual, mysterial shit and lies.
And
Final
mysteries.
thoughts? Close it out.
Okay.
What we got?
And mysteries.
Peter?
My final thought is how I'm going to start a business with an octopus.
Hey, that'll
Do
show
it.
you, Justin.
Do it.
That'll
Yeah,
show
do
you.
that, and I will outsmart that octopus.
Okay, sure. You will.
Currency's going to be seashells and coral.
I'll solve that
Yeah.
fucking puzzle, bro. I'll
Chris,
solve
final
that
thoughts?
puzzle.
Oh, I so want us to do a live episode where we give like Justin and an octopus both a Rubik's cube and see which one can fucking figure it out.
There's
first.
no way an octopus can solve a Rubik's cube. Are you crazy? Are you? Yeah. I'll just look it up on
You sound
YouTube.
scared, dog.
It's like 17 movements. It's like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, you sound scared.
Done. Done.
Chris, final thoughts?
I'm definitely not scared. I'm never
I can't wait
scared.
to become, that mutant superhero, the one that sweats.
Oh yeah. What? Oh wait. What's his name gonna be?
What was it?
Yeah, that's a super.
Sir Sweats a lot. Sir Sweats a lot.
So sweats a lot.
Or McFever.
McFever.
Taylor, final thoughts?
Fuck Big Blue. That's my only thought. Go Huskies.
What does that mean?
Go
No.
Huskies. Fuck
Let's go, Michigan. Go blue.
Oh,
That's my only last thoughts.
Justin, final thoughts?
cue the fucking music.
Oh, boy.
It's been great hanging out with you guys. Peace, love. Say thank you every once in a while. Justin, baby boy, cue the damn music. We out, motherfucker.